Hello and welcome to Daily News from Marjaeyat TV. Headlines: a look at the latest activities related to the religious authority around the world. Attendance of scholars and seminary professors at the scholarly session held at the religious authority's residence. Faithful youth visit the office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Karbala. Coinciding with Eid al-Ghadir, Marjaeyat TV aired a special program commemorating this great occasion. Daily scholarly session of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi with scholars, religious figures and believers in the holy city of Qom. Another session in the series of scholarly gatherings held by the religious authority, Grand Ayatollah Sadiq Shirazi, took place at his residence in the holy city of Qom. Dozens of scholars, religious figures and seminary students participated. This session featured discussions and exchanges of views on various jurisprudential, historical, ethical and cultural topics. Viewers can watch these sessions live on Marjaeyat TV through its satellite networks, the Al-Shirazi app and TV boxes at 11:15 a.m. Qom local time. Special broadcast: Ghadir in the words of the religious authority on Marjaeyat TV. During the blessed days of Eid al-Ghadir, Marjaeyat TV aired a special program titled Ghadir in the words of the religious authority. This program began with Sheikh Madipur discussing the themes and messages of Eid al-Ghadir. It continued with profound insights into the Ghadir event based on the thoughts and perspectives of the religious authority, Grand Ayatollah Sadiq Shirazi. The program also highlighted the cultural and social activities of centers affiliated with the religious authority around the world during Eid al-Ghadir. Final session of the Financial Independence Workshop held at the Najaf Center for Strategic Studies. On the third and final day of the Entrepreneurship Workshop at the Najaf Center for Strategic Studies, a group of students, job seekers, and media professionals gathered to learn about financial independence and job creation. Ahud al-Yasri, an instructor, emphasized in her speech that fostering a spirit of entrepreneurship and utilizing local market opportunities are key strategies for reducing unemployment and advancing the country's economy. The workshop concluded successfully, with participants receiving practical guidance and motivation to enter the business sector. At the closing ceremony, participants were awarded certificates of attendance. Faithful youth from Iraq and abroad visit the religious authorities' office in Holy Karbala. On the 13th of Dhil Hijja, a group of faithful youth from various Iraqi cities and several other countries visited the office of Grand Ayatollah Sadiq Shirazi in Holy Karbala. Sayyid Mahdi Shirazi welcomed the guests and spoke about the characteristics of faithful and Husseini-minded youth. He emphasized that good character, a reform-oriented spirit, and commitment to the values of Ashura are among the defining traits of those who consider themselves followers of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him. Commemoration of the Martyrdom of Muslim bin Aqil at the Al-Kheir wal-Baraka Cultural Association in Holy Karbala. On the occasion of the Martyrdom of Muslim bin Aqil, the weekly gathering of the Al-Kheir wal-Baraka Cultural Association was held in the holy city of Karbala. This event included recitation of verses from the Holy Quran and Ziyarat Ashura in a spiritual atmosphere. Sheikh Abbas al-Nasri, the speaker, recounted the events leading to the martyrdom of Muslim bin Aqil and highlighted his steadfastness and faith in defending the youth. The Al-Kheir wal-Baraka Cultural Association is one of the centers affiliated with the religious authority, with its main headquarters in Baghdad. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, ignoring Ghadir was the beginning of the darkness of yesterday and today's world. This report offers a reflection on the words of the religious authority, Grand Ayatollah Sadiq Shirazi. In one of his advanced jurisprudence classes, he addressed the lofty status of Ghadir as the continuation of divine revelation and justice. He elaborated on the civilizational and human dimensions of this historical event, stressing the consequences of ignoring it. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi stated, Ghadir is not merely an event, but the starting point of the path of truth and the continuation of divine revelation in the form of Imamate. The Prophet of Islam, may God's peace and blessings be upon him and his family, conveyed a divine command at Ghadir Qom, a command that would have forever set the destiny of the Ummah on the path of justice and light. Emphasizing the consequences of neglecting this command, he said, had the commander of the faithful, peace be upon him, been given the opportunity from the beginning to assume leadership, which was his undeniable right, people would have benefited the best way from the blessings of the heavens and the earth. This implies that the deprivation suffered by the Ummah was not only political but deeply civilizational and human in nature. His Eminence described the injustice of this deviation as follows. The usurpation of the caliphate from the commander of the faithful Imam Ali, peace be upon him, is the great injustice and darkness of history. It not only darkened the Islamic world of that time, but its shadow continues to this day and will persist into the future. In his view, the guardianship or wilaya of the commander of the faithful is the true continuation of divine revelation, not merely a political or social choice. As he has stated, Ali, peace be upon him, invites us to follow the Quran, and the Holy Quran calls us to obey Ali, peace be upon him, and there is no area left open for choice in between. This highlights that any distancing from wilaya is essentially a departure from the path of divine revelation. Finally, with a global and civilizational perspective, the Grand Ayatollah emphasized that had the government of Imam Ali had been established, even followers of other religions would have been positively influenced by his justice and his spirituality. He then remarked, if the Imam had ruled the people immediately after the martyrdom of the Holy Prophet of Islam, followers of other religions and sects would have willingly embraced Islam, inspired by the beauty of his divine governance. This reflection invites us to consider a profound truth, that it is a radiant path to salvation and liberation, a path that, if it had been followed, would have given the world a very different face today.